Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears to live an awesome life. Fear is the only thing stopping you from doing anything that you really want to, or that tells you that you should worry, or all this other garbage. If we didn't have fear, what would stop you from doing anything? Nothing! Other than maybe you would know if you did certain things you could get physically harmed, and you'd have to evaluate that, but there would be no fear involved. All right, so I just wanted to share something with you that you probably know. It's about our family. We are one, we're all related, we're one family, and insanity runs in the family. I'm sorry, yeah, insanity runs in the family. I get emails sometimes that are just, I can't help but laugh. I just think it's adorable. I get not only wonderful stories coming over, but I also get people that share with me, usually anonymous, they never put their names on it, of what I should do with my channel. One was that, I shouldn't be telling people, ye are all gods, because that just goes against what Christians think. Well, according to this one person, what Christians think, because that's in the Bible. I'm not here to dictate religion. And you know what? If you think because I have bodhisattvas sitting around because I like a certain way of interior design, there's all this judgment and somebody telling me to change my entire channel and what I say based on their personal ideas about what it means and what they think all of us should think, and that they represent all Christians. Well, I hate to tell you, my friend, but I'd say the majority of people on this channel are Christians, and that probably all of us have a different idea of what that means. I'm not sure what that means. Does it really matter? The bottom line is that if you don't believe that you're all gods, well, then I guess you don't believe in what Christ said. That's okay. Who cares? You are allowed to believe whatever you want. But the issue we run into on this planet is that we're all judging that. And we argue it. It's insanity. It's crazy. And then, no, this is how things are. Everything that you think and believe comes from somebody and something else. And none of it was in your favor originally. It was all from people that wanted to tell you how you should behave, how you should act, and dictate to you. Now, I'm not saying that everybody's intentions were negative, but everybody that's told you how you should act, how you should earn a living, how you should be, how your family should be structured, all this other stuff comes from other sources that were also brainwashed, And so anything that you're believing and thinking right now that you're so adamant about, question it. Question everything. Question what I'm saying. Not argue it or debate it. Question yourself. I'm always questioning things. I'm like, okay, if I hear something that's really out there, well, you know me, I'm into anything that's out there, right? Because whatever somebody believes is true for them. We get to create our own reality. Somebody said, so is my reality different than yours in the same room? Yes. Yes, it is. Whatever you're believing and thinking and how you see the world is different than what I'm seeing, and we're standing in the same room. So if you believe something is true, you can argue till the cows come home. Bottom line is, it is true for you. And what I believe is true for me. Why do we have to argue that? That's the beauty of expression, but we don't allow each other because the ego says this is how things are, and you should do this, and this is what we think. Who's we? Right? We are the insane family, right? We're all a little bit crazy, cray-cray, right? And I want you to understand that whenever you're thinking something, it came from another source. Within the human species, we got a hurricane coming in here, so I've got the Weather Channel on. And darned if I swear 90% of those commercials, which I block them out, are what drugs you should take. I see this talented, beautiful woman. She's taking a electric amplifier into the truck, and her back, and she's probably in her 20s. And the guy hands her, a painkiller. She goes, and then her concert is great. Oh my God! We don't even think twice about that. Painkiller going in there, which, by the way, is polluting the crap out of your organs. What are we doing to ourselves? What are we believing? We don't think anything other than we watch, and it may cause thoughts of suicide, bleeding, difficulty breathing, your throat could swell up, and I'm thinking, and nobody says that's insanity. They go out and buy the drug. They tell their doctor, it'll stop this one thing, and then I have all these other things. This is an insane planet. And everything came from something we were told. So why are so many of us in disease? We don't fit into what we're told we should be or how we should behave. That's it. So somebody, one of my subscribers said her kid's brilliant, but he doesn't pay attention and he's not doing well in school and all this other stuff. What can I do to get him to fit in and be excel? I said, get him in another school. Home teach him. He's brilliant. Every child is brilliant. I don't care if it's one of those, screaming, running around. If you work with that, you can lessen those issues that we've created through vaccines and chemicals in our food. There are ways to deal with that through healthier diets. Start researching it. How do I teach this kid differently? Because they don't fit into the regular schools. Same stuff that they were teaching when I was a kid. And I was bored out of my brains, by the way. I would have probably been diagnosed with ADD, which is a load of crap. You know what it is? And I was a top student. But I'll tell you what, I struggled with that because my brain was all over the place. I had all these ideas. I didn't like, one of my teachers said, Landria's, brilliant, but she doesn't finish all of her projects. Well, instead of saying, okay, let's work with her differently. Let's give her a project where she's doing a lot of different things. Nobody worked with me that. They did. They pulled me out of class and put me into, the higher learning classes. So then that separated us from the other kids. Oh, there's the smart kids, so that's that labeling and stuff that goes on. It's crazy. Every child is brilliant. I was lucky that I was, really good at taking tests and studying and doing all that stuff. I was able to conform to the school systems and how they present things. I love to learn. And I will be very intense on something until I get it, and then I spew it back properly. What does that even mean? But God forbid you be a little bit different. So we have creative artists. Let's say you're an artist, or you think differently, or you just don't fit into a corporate world or whatever, and you're struggling financially. There's a good chance you just don't fit into the world that we're told we have to be profitable. This is why you guys see me doing my internet marketing. I'm showing people, giving people tools. It's school, by the way. This is not get-rich-quick stuff. It's school to show you there are other ways to use tools so that you can create what you want that works with you. Are you an artist? There's a way to make money online doing what you love and sharing it with people who are happy to reward you for those gifts that you give them. Whether it's, I just had a wonderful photographer out in New York contact me and offered to do my photos, and I have to tell you, he blew me away. And he was extremely talented. I will be promoting him. Why? He offered me something first. So when I get these emails and people say, I want something from you, I'm like, this is the mentality we live in. When you offer and you give to the world and you open up your doorways to everything, all possibilities, all probabilities come in, and you get to choose opportunities, people. So because he offered me something, and he's very talented, If he wasn't, I wouldn't promote it. I told him, yes, I want you to do my photos when I get to New York. And guess what? I'm going to send all kinds of business to you. This is how it works. We work within whatever our specialties and our talents are. But artists struggle so much because they don't know how to monetize themselves. We can all help each other within that. Are you an artist? There's a way for you to make money. There's no excuse. We have the internet now. You don't have to run companies to do that or work for a corporation. So can we just blow the doors off of this box we're in of how we should learn, how our religion is, whatever other people should think? Everything you got was programmed. If you're one of those lucky people who chose a family that allowed you to just, Mom and Dad, I want to be a cowgirl. Okay, honey. No, they go, no, you're going to go get a degree, you're going to go do, right? And then you're miserable, and we wonder why we're sick. Let's break out of the box, people. We're all crazy. Right? Cray cray. Let's have fun with it. Kids not doing well? Find a way that they can learn differently that works with them. If you are unhappy at work and you're sick, and you were told you have to be responsible and this is success, bull crap. You know what success is? Living a life that you feel you should be living. I call it the real you. We're living the lives that we're told we're supposed to. We're told we can't dream anymore. We're told not to be silly. You're told you can't be a baby boomer and do cartwheels in your front lawn. I do. I was out jumping rope with my 5-year-old neighbor the other day. What's so weird about that? We're told all these things. People tell me in their 40s and 50s that they're old. What a joke. What is that? That is some false, stupid, and it is stupid, belief. Where did that come from? We're blowing the doors off of everything. This channel, I'm going to keep going and going and going till you start to realize, oh my God, I have no limits. Why am I thinking? Why can't I go do that? Why am I allowing other people to disapprove? Who cares? Who are they? You know what? I'll listen to somebody who's loving their life. They're living a great life. They're going for it. They're positive. They encourage me. They're honest when I need them. The rest of them, they're miserable. And they're in the box, they're in the matrix, and they don't even know it. And they'll get out. But you know better, don't you? I know you do. You know better. And instead of opposing, I always say oppose nothing. Why? Put your direction, your focus on what you can do to change something to make it better versus opposing something. The government, all that stuff. How do you think they have their power? Our money. We put them in office and then we give them our money and we go, oh, I wonder who's tweeting today. Who cares? You do your own tweets. You create your own school. You create your own community. You start to do sustainable stuff. You know, here's another thing, guys. I'm going to start to, more and more, I'm going to be buying sustainable clothes and consignment. You know, there's these high-end consignment stores. They're not cheap. You can go in and buy something really beautiful that somebody else owned, that's gorgeous, that is less than what you would pay for new designer. And you help this planet use its resources instead of constantly consuming more and more and more, which we're being told on television we need to do. How much more stuff do you need? We don't. Break out of the box. Let's all be insane together. Let's go do some crazy stuff that's beautiful and wonderful, that's going against what everybody says we should do, right? Because it doesn't feel good. It's not right, and we know it's not right. We know our world is not functioning right, and we are all transforming it into something new. This planet is transitioning. I have good news, it is happening. in a positive way. We are avoiding a lot of bad stuff. And yes, you're going to see some things happen. There's always a cause and effect. A lot of our, I don't want to even say past sins, but you know, a lot of the things that we've believed and brought forward, we will have to deal with. That's okay. They are not problems. We don't have any problems. Let's step up to the plate. Get creative. Instead of seeing the problem, find the solution. Get creative. How can I live the life I really want to? And put aside what anybody tells you. What do you want to do? There's no such thing as failure. Go do it. Do you know how many times I've tried stuff and went, oh, okay, that didn't work. It's not what I thought it was. And I went, oh, I'm so glad I did it. It was really cool. Experience. Start thinking differently. Society says that we fail. That's not a failure. There's no such thing. We should be encouraging going and doing and trying. I have a friend, she's a doctor. She's like always learning stuff. And she's told that's wrong. When are you going to do this and that? Like, she's a doctor. She works in a hospital, for Christ's sakes. You know, when are you going to stop doing all these things and go into the box you're supposed to be in? She loves to learn. She wants to use tools and share her knowledge with people and do something that's different. And people discourage that. And I know you're not one of them. I have an e-course coming out. I want you guys to sign up if you want to participate in my e-courses, events. If you want me to come someplace and you've got a great venue, I have coordinators that'll work with you and we'll figure out how to do an event. All right, so you tell me where that is, what you think would be great. You know, it's got to be reasonable place, you know, that's going to work well. I don't really need a lot. Microphone and a screen. I'm going to do events, and the other thing I'm going to do, if you sign up here, I'm going to be releasing e-courses. Hopefully at some point soon they'll already be out. And also webinars. I am going to do free webinars. All right? I have some paid memberships. They're very inexpensive. They're 29 bucks to get me live and ask questions for a couple hours. But I'm going to have free webinars. I'm going to start doing those. It's October 2018. This is going to be old really quick. But I will always be doing on occasion, maybe once a month, a free webinar on helping you work through some of these issues. You can come on live and chat. I'll answer the questions. Let's start doing it. All right, so this is, let's see, it's Wednesday. We got a hurricane coming in. Friday, I am on a radio talk show called Awake to Oneness. And I will post that video and that link for you. You'll get, if you sign up, you'll get all that too. Come on, let's start doing it. You know, there's power in numbers. So if we stick together and we're encouraging each other, and this, my internet marketing, that's what we do. We say, go for it. What do you want to be? We're all stepping outside the box. We're learning new things. We're challenging ourselves. We're creating new businesses. We're doing global things, and it's a spiritually minded community. This is our new world, people. Welcome aboard. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. One of my rants. Namaste.